Hi Soapies, Sherry here for Misty Goodness AMD soap. I am making batch 2 of 3 for a custom order featuring melt and pour leg lamp embeds. So I have measured out my oils, and into my oils I have already put in a full 2 ounces. This is short batch. This is only nine bars. I have used Crafter's Choice Lavender, Woods, and Honey Fragrance Oil. The reviews said it discolored just slightly, if I remember right. It's only like 1% vanillin. It showed no signs of acceleration or erasing, but the reviews, there were a couple of them that said that the fragrance turns out to be really quite feminine. So to offset the feminine notes of it, I have added a little bit of cedarwood essential oil from New Directions Aromatics. And I didn't add much. I added about 1/4 of an ounce is all. This cedar wood tends to be quite strong, so I didn't want it to overwhelm the fragrance oil. I just needed to add a little bit more of a masculine note to it. I am going to do a simple in the pot swirl today. So my base color is going to be Majestic Purple from Micas and More. And then my 2 accent colors will be Latte Mica. I just got this color last month and I feel like I've used it a lot. It's a nice brown. I really like it. Micas and More Peak Green is the other accent color that I will be using. So now that I have my kaolin clay, my salt, added and stirred into my lye water, I'm going to go ahead and add this in. And I am going to stir this. I had to add just a touch of coconut oil to this, and it's actually quite cool in the soap lab for a change. So my coconut oil is pretty solid, but it should melt out here really quickly. I'm going to go ahead and stick blend this once those chunks are gone, and I will bring you back when I'm getting ready to separate and add colors. So we have stick blended our colors. Here's the latte, and here is the peak green, and it is too light for how I want this soap to look. So I'm going to grab just a bit of Hunter's Green. And then this is the Majestic Purple. I'm kind of on the fence if this is dark enough or not. I haven't hand stirred these to make sure they're stirred all the way yet. So here's the Peak Green with, I added about 1/4 of a teaspoon of Hunter's Green, mica from Micas and More. And I'm pretty happy with it. I wanted something a little bit closer to an evergreen color, because these are Christmas soaps, and this is kind of a woody scent, a woodland natural scent. So I wanted more of an earth tone than a mint green color. So I'm going to go ahead and give these all a hand stir and make sure everything's thoroughly incorporated, and I'll bring it back when we pour into the bowl. My batter is still really quite fluid. About the thickest is the green, and that's just because it got stick blended a little bit more. But it is still really fluid. So I'm gonna keep this kind of chunky, and I think I'm just gonna pour all of my colors into the center. I'm gonna kind of alternate between the two. Leave enough here to decorate the top, because only 6 of these bars are going to the custom order. The other 3 bars will be mine to keep for the store. So I'll want it to have a decorative top. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do 2 X's through here and 1 swirl around the pot. The rest of it will swirl as it gets poured. So here is our mold, and I'm just going to go ahead and pour from one end and let it do what it's going to do. And I'll scrape out this container and bring you back when we do the top. I'm going to go ahead and do, I keep calling it my signature Taiwan swirl. Even though I didn't invent the method, I really like the way that looks on top soaps. I don't know why. I can't tell you. It was the first swirl I ever did, because it wasn't. It's just, maybe it's just the easiest and I get the most consistent results with it. I will probably have to tap this down to get the top nice and smooth because of there not being any purple to place in that middle section. So I tapped this down. I didn't really have to tap it down very much because it's so fluid that it just kind of settled itself right back out. Add on top of that, working with bigger gloves. So these are the leg lamp melt and pour embeds. I hand painted all of the color on here. I used just a bit of brown oxide so the leg wasn't going to be a stark white. And I've measured out my mold so I know where my cuts are going to be, so I can place these. Ooh. Okay. So our soap is too fluid to place the embeds. So I'm going to let this sit for a few minutes and clean up this embed. I'll have to clean up that one mark. I'm gonna put my glove back on for cleaning this off. And then I'm probably gonna go wash, I'm gonna go wash my hands just to make sure I don't have any soap batter on there that might flare up and get me later. So there you can see after wiping off the soap batter that our leg fared pretty good. That hand painting held up pretty good. There's some spots where it's wiped off. It'll be alright. I think the customer will still be happy. I'm going to go ahead and fix this guy right here. Okay, we're going to let that sit a bit. I didn't even think about that, how fluid that batter was before I started placing the embed. I'm going to go wash my hands. So it has been about 5 minutes or so. And I think it's set up enough to hold the melt and pour embed. Take my gloves off. I was cleaning up the dishes. So at least I did something useful with my time. And we're gonna, yep, we're good to go here. So we're just gonna go ahead and place these embeds. And when I did the first batch, which if you haven't watched the video, go ahead and watch that video. I didn't know how much of this top was gonna show through these embeds. And it turns out quite a bit, so I'm really quite glad that I took the time to make it pretty. said my customer only needs 6 of this. So I'm going to have 3 bars to put into my own store. I didn't want leg lamps on those. That way, if I don't sell them before Christmas, I will still be able to sell them after Christmas, because nobody wants leg lamp soaps after Christmas. So there we go. I'm not going to spray this with isopropyl alcohol because of the hand painted melt and pour embeds. I don't want to mess those up any more than that one already is. But really, it's going to be fine. I am going to go ahead and throw this with the other one underneath the cardboard so that it can retain some of the heat and gel a bit. If you like watching me make soap, like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my other soaps at amdsoap.com. Stay soapy, friends.